day 1138 of this Trump administration. That leaves exactly 246 days to go until our 2020 presidential election. And really, in just a matter of hours, voters in 14 states begin the process of heading to the polls for Super Tuesday, while at the same time, the Joe Biden campaign has been more or less reformed. Tonight, something the former vice president has craved: the support of his rivals, Buttigieg, Klobuchar, O'Rourke, all in Texas, all through their support behind Joe Biden.
He is somebody of such extraordinary grace and kindness and empathy. He will bring the exact kind of empathy that is so badly lacking in this White House.
Joe Biden has dedicated his life to fighting for people and build that coalition of our fired up Democratic base, and it is fired up, as well as independents and moderate Republicans.
Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow, March 3rd, 2020, I will be casting my ballot for Joe Biden.
Just a few days ago, the press and the pundits declared this campaign dead. But South Carolina had something to say about it.
The great state of Texas, let's not forget, home to 29 million Americans, is a big challenge for Joe Biden. Bernie Sanders, for that matter, is a big challenge for Joe Biden, who knows there is one endorsement out there unlike all the others. Tonight, NBC News reports that people close to former President Barack Obama say, quote, the signal has been sent in the past 36 hours that he sees Biden as the candidate to back, and they don't need Obama to say it publicly or privately. NBC News also reports a new group of moderate Democrats who are part of what's now called the Big Tent Project, trying to stop Bernie Sanders from winning the presidential nomination. They're putting up almost $4 million for ads in selected Super Tuesday states. New York City Mayor Mike Bloomberg will be on the ballot tomorrow for the first time since he entered this race. Tonight, during a town hall on Fox News, he also weighed in on the prospect of Bernie Sanders at the top of the ticket for the Democrats.
I don't think the country wants revolutionary change. I think the country wants evolutionary change. And Sanders is a very revolutionary kind of guy. He cannot bring over moderates from the other side. He won't even keep all the moderates on the Democratic side. Some will go over to Trump.
Sanders, for his part, spent much of the evening making closing arguments to Super Tuesday voters in St. Paul, Minnesota. Earlier, he was asked about the efforts to keep him from going up against Trump.
From day one, we have been taking on the establishment. It is no surprise they do not want me to become president.
A new Morning Consult poll is showing Sanders still in the lead going into tomorrow's contest. However, Biden has managed to move into a close second. He's up 7 points since his win in South Carolina. Meanwhile, President Trump spent this evening in North Carolina, where voters will be voting tomorrow. White House spent the weekend dealing with the spread of the coronavirus. There's a few more numbers for you. There have now been 6 deaths in the U.S. There are now just over 100 active cases. All of the deaths thus far have been in Washington state. President says he's asking drug companies who are at the White House today for a previously scheduled event to speed up the process of making a vaccine.
They're going to have vaccines, I think, relatively soon. And they're going to have something that makes you better. I actually told the pharmaceutical companies you have to do a little bit better job on that vaccine.
While the stock market was able to mount a Monday bounce back, one question late today to Vice President Pence brought into focus the real life concerns that families in our country have about this illness.
Families across the country are worried about spring break. They're worried about spring break and wondering if they should book travel or cancel their travel. It's sort of 2 parts. One is, what is the expert opinion from the task force on sort of spring break travel and even domestic travel? And secondly, would you yourself feel comfortable bringing your family right now, including your 3 grown children and their partners, on a week-long trip to Disney World?
Well, I can say there's been no recommendation about any limitations on travel within the United States of America. I travel across this country all the time. My kids live all over the country. Look, this is a time to use common sense. It's a good time to wash your hands.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.